My dear Dhamma sons and Dhamma daughters, I am asked to give you a short Dhamma talk about the Dhamma service that you give here. This afternoon, I once again went through the paper containing the code of discipline for the Dhamma workers at Dhammagiri, which is the same for all the centers everywhere around the world. A beautiful piece of paper full of Dhamma. You all must have read it. No use repeating it again. But most important thing is how to observe the code of conduct. Otherwise, if it remains just on the paper, it is a piece of decoration for the center, which doesn't help. So this evening, just a few words on service, a few words on segregation, and a few words on savings. Which are the fields where from time to time complaints keep coming that the Dhamma servants, I would like to call you Dhamma servants, not Dhamma workers. The Dhamma servants are at times lacking. When you stay here to serve, you must understand how to serve. Otherwise, the service will not be service. You have to properly read that code of conduct. I don't say everybody does that, but I was told that sometimes a student, in his eagerness to get a stay permit on Dhammagiri, like when you have to get your visa and stay in a country, you just sign the paper without caring much as to what you are signing on. So people sign that I have read through this, I have gone through this code of conduct, I will abide by all the rules, but they don't abide. If that happens, it is not good. One stays there on this Dhamma land for one's own benefit. Even when you serve others, you are serving others for your own benefit. I want every student of Vipassana to be very selfish. This is Buddha's teaching. Be very selfish. Even in your enthusiasm to serve others, you may feel that you are giving enormous service to a student, but while doing so, if you harm yourself, even little bit, you harm yourself, this is not advisable. Buddha says, don't harm yourself even little bit in your enthusiasm to help others. Never do that. Because then you are not really helping others. If you don't know how to help yourself, how can you help others? Be selfish, but understand where your real self-interest lies. One stays here on this Dhamma land to serve others, and if one does not know how to serve others, then instead of helping oneself, one has started harming oneself. There are two types of services. One type of service where you don't come in contact with the meditators, with the students. Like you water the plants, you may whitewash the buildings, you may clean the bathrooms, and so many other types of services where you don't come directly in contact with the students. And then certain services where you come in contact with the students directly. Both of these you have to perform in a way where you get maximum advantage. You come here to earn something. Earn your merits. How much merits you gain here and now, not something that you will get after death. What do you gain here and now? In such services where you don't come in contact with the meditators, keep on examining yourself. How much sympathetic joy you are generating while doing this service. You are just cleaning something. You are whitewashing something. The joy should be there. A feeling of joy should be there, or the entire atmosphere of this Dhamma land should become so congenial. Of course the Dhamma vibrations are there to give very good atmosphere to the students, but a new student who comes to this Dhamma land, the first impression should be something very attractive. The plants, the trees, all should be so green. Everywhere things must be neat, tidy, so that when they enter here, they feel they have come to a very proper place, a very good place. Oh, my service will help so many people who come here. Remember, Anath Pindika, when for a short period of his life he became a pauper, had no money, and as a family man, he will never go empty-handed to the Dhamma land. He must carry something for the meditators, some contribution, some dana, and he has nothing. He carries 2 handfuls of fertile soil, and while he is putting this soil at the root of a tree, so much of sympathetic joy. By this handful of soil, may this tree grow. And under the beautiful shade of this tree, even one person gets Dhamma. Even one person gets the right path. Even one person gets peace of mind, real peace of mind. It will be so good, so wonderful. Sympathetic joy. Every work that you do here, if it does not generate sympathetic joy in your mind, then it is not worth doing. If you feel negative, well, I wanted continuous 2, 3, 4 courses, and these guys, they don't allow me. They want me to work for 1 course. After 1 course or 2 courses, I must work. And I don't have sufficient money to go out and stay in a hotel. It's so expensive. I have to stay here. And if I stay here, I have to work. So I work. With all this negativity, what you are doing? Whom are you serving? Whom are you helping? You are polluting the entire atmosphere of the Dhamma land with this negative vibration, and you started harming yourself. There is no meaning in staying and working. One comes on this Dhamma land to learn Dhamma. to develop in Dhamma. The joy all the time. Every work, whatever work is assigned, one keeps on performing that work with so much of joy. Joy. So many people will get benefited. Even when one is watering a plant, full of joy. One must come in rapport with this plant, with this tree. The vibration, you will start feeling the vibration of the plant. As you water this plant or serve this plant with love, compassion, you will start feeling how this plant has started generating vibrations full of life, full of Dhamma. Every flower on this plant, every leaf on this plant has become full of life, Dhamma, Dhamma vibration, and you will start feeling it. If you work with that vibration of joy, you will very soon come in contact, you will have rapport with every little plant on this Dhamma land, every little leaf on this Dhamma land. You are learning, you are developing, you are benefiting yourself. And then when you are serving students, coming directly in contact with them, always keep on examining yourself by this service. Am I harming myself or am I helping myself? Be selfish. Am I really helping myself? I feel very sorry sometimes when I see during this 1 hour sitting, a meditator, a new meditator, maybe without understanding or maybe some real cause, gets up and walks out. And I see a Dhamma worker gets up and runs after him. And a big frown on his face. Hey, what this boy is doing? How is he going to serve and what is he going to say him outside? I can very well understand what he's going to say outside. Full of negativity. Yes, you have to do the job of policeman, I can understand. But there are 2 types of police. One is a colonial police force, where the native subject has to be dealt in a way with all the harshness, all sorts of rough behavior. That is how they are trained. The police is trained that way, the colonial police force. But the police of an independent welfare state is trained to serve the people. If you frown on your face, what sort of service you are giving? You started harming yourself. You can never help others by generating negativity in your mind. Quite possible that someone has broken the discipline of the camp, someone has broken the rule of the camp just out of innocence, without understanding, or maybe due to some real valid reason. How you started generating negativity towards this person? Even though this person might have broken the rule, knowing fully well that he is breaking the rule, without any care for the rules and discipline, yet how your frown is going to help? You need a smile on your face with all the compassion for this person, because you are here to serve this person. If this point is missed, then the service is no service. Sometimes a worker comes to me, and by his vibration I feel such agitation in his mind, so very much agitated. Look, Goenka ji, these students, we keep on telling them they are new students, morning they won't get fruits, and yet, in spite of all the science that we have, they take away the fruit. I just smile at that. Why you become agitated for that? If someone has broken the rule, why you break your rule? You keep equanimity, love, compassion. Well, if a few people have taken some more fruits which are not due to them, the academy can afford very politely, after that incident is over, very politely, you can meet this person and explain, well, look, we bring limited number of fruits, and if you take away more than your share, quite possible that you are taking the share of somebody else. If you really need more, tell us. We will certainly help you. We will buy more fruits and keep for you. If you take more than your share of milk, you are taking away share of somebody else. So please tell, I am here to serve. We'll give you more. The whole attitude should be to serve people, to help people, not to generate negativity towards somebody who has broken a rule. Always be careful, whatever you are doing. Are you harming yourself? Or are you developing Dhamma? You are staying here to learn Dhamma. And also, are you really helping others? I keep on receiving number of letters from the students who come to Dhammagiri with high words of admiration. They admire so much the Dhamma workers here, because I know quite a large number of the Dhamma workers, they work with so much of joy, so much of metta, love, compassion. So naturally it gives a wonderful feeling in the people who come here, and they keep on writing me their feeling of gratitude. You have got such a wonderful team of Dhamma workers there. Look how selflessly they are working, and I have got so much benefit from them. But at the same time, I also keep on getting letters where some of them complain so strongly. Well, I never thought that this is the Dhamma you are teaching. These people who are serving there, he might have come across somebody, and with that example he says, is this the example of Dhamma? The student who came, who was policing me, was full of negativity. There was no trace of metta in this person. And I found the whole atmosphere, because now one person generates negativity towards the student finds negativity all around. He says the whole atmosphere full of negativity. If the students cannot apply this Dhamma in their life, then what am I going to learn there? You have created out of your own mistake, in your enthusiasm to serve, you have created a big barrier for somebody to progress on Dhamma. This person will never come to Dhamma land. And not only that, this person will become a barrier for so many others who might have come otherwise. Well, there is only talk of Dhamma, but actually Dhamma is not applied. People behave in a very wrong way. So in your over-enthusiasm to serve somebody, you have harmed. I have got a very ready live example in my own family. My youngest daughter-in-law, the sixth one, very hardly we brought her to a course. She was not willing. And she was pregnant. We all the more wanted that at this time she must take Dhamma. With so much of persuasion she came. And she had a lot of difficulties, physical problems, loss of appetite, and so many things were there. And of course mental problems were also there. One day it seems that either she went to the dining hall a few minutes earlier or a few minutes later, I don't know. I don't remember well. And a Dhamma worker there shouted on her and drove her out. She came crying. And next day she won't go to the dining hall. I better fast, I won't go there. People insult me. What sort of people are there? What sort of people are there? And we again persuaded, no, you go there. Somebody might have misbehaved. Doesn't matter, you have come here to learn Dhamma, go. And it so happened next day when she went there, after taking 2 chapatis, she went and took the third one, and a mad boy came to her and snatched away that. No, 2 is enough for you. It will take time for other chapatis. Let others take it. And again she came crying, and it is now, I think, more than 3 years that she won't agree to come to a course. You are not serving a student by behaving in such kind of harsh way where there is not a trace of love or compassion or sympathy for the student. Then what sort of service? One has to be very careful. By my service, I am here to encourage students. Already they have got so many storms. Anybody who comes, you also pass through the same storms when you came to your first course, or even a number of courses you kept on passing through storms. If these people, they are in their own difficulties, and in that difficulty, if they break little rule here and there, not that you keep on encouraging them to break the rules, but be human in dealing with them, then you are not only serving them, you are also serving yourself. It is very important. Your motivation may be good, but your way of working, if it is not correct, if you do not have this joy in serving others, then it is not advisable to serve on the Dhamma land. Because in the name of service, you started harming others, you started harming yourself. So far as service is concerned, one must be very careful that I have come here to develop my own merits. I have come here to develop my own paramis, and my paramis are developed only when really people get benefit from me. The mental action is the real action, not your physical action. This is what you learn in Dhamma, not your physical action, not your vocal action. And if the mental action is defiled, you are harming yourself. You are not helping yourself. You see, actually when you decide to serve people for a 10 days course, you have made a decision to earn much more merits than you could have ever earned by giving a donation, a contribution of money, a dana. Understand, when you give dana, and if you are giving very correctly, you are giving dana very correctly, and you have got nothing but a volition of love, compassion for others, with this dana of mine, may people who come on Dhammagiri get this wonderful Dhamma, wonderful path. All those good volitions are there. But that is only while you are giving this dana. For those moments, you are generating very good volition, very good sankharas. They will become a good asset for you in your life, in future, in this life and future lives. But that is only for the period when you are giving dana. When you are staying for 10 days, every moment you are here, and every moment you are giving service, you have the same volition. By my service, people here, look, so many people come with melancholy on their face, full of sorrow, full of unhappiness, full of misery. These people, they may get pure Dhamma, and they come out of their misery. All these 10 days while you are serving, you are generating this volition. How many times more merits you will gain compared to the dana? You may give 1 million as a dana. One time you have generated that good volition, very good. But you serve for 10 days, every moment, or so many moments, you keep on generating this good volition, metta, love, compassion. Every action of yours full of metta, love, compassion. You are getting so much merits. Understand this law of nature. The law of nature will give you the fruits according to your mental volition, not according to your physical action. You may be serving people at the physical level, you may be serving people at the vocal level, but deep inside your mind, the volition is not healthy. Then what benefit will you get? You have to keep on examining yourself. Whatever I do, my mental volition must be always very wholesome, very healthy. Then only I am doing real service to the people, and then only I get myself benefited by living on this Dhamma land. Even at the apparent level, external level, of course, deep inside, if there is metta at the external level, automatically you won't have frown, there will be a smile on the face. But still be careful that there should be never a frown on your face when you deal with people. Always a smile. Many Western students come here to give service, and they have to face a large number of local Indians. There is a difficulty of communication, you don't know language. But I keep on saying Dhamma language is understood by everyone. You need not speak a word. Say somebody is breaking rules. You just go and smile and give your folded hand. Enough. He will understand. He will start giving explanation, oh, it so happened, please excuse me. You need not talk anything. But you say 100 words with frown, it's not going to help anybody. Always a smile. And you are gaining. You will find that you are gaining so much by all this. Be selfish. Understanding fully well where your real self-interest lies. This is about the service that you give. Then a few words about segregation. I know at times, because most of the Western students, they come from an atmosphere, they come from a culture, they come from a society where this kind of segregation is quite foreign. They can't understand what's going on. Why this segregation? Well, understand this is teaching of Buddha. And here is an enlightened person. He is so particular about this segregation. 25 centuries back, in his center, one cannot think that a male will enter the residential quarters of females. Just one incident which will look so innocent. A young man became a monk, and his mother was already a nun, an elderly woman. And this young monk, one day, for some reason or the other, he thought, I must go to my mother and discuss something or some points or something. And he goes from the male's quarters, enters the female's quarters to meet the mother. A son goes to meet the elderly mother, and the mother admonishes him, you are a mad fellow, you don't know. The Vinaya, the rule of Buddha, is not just for the sake of making rules. There is so much meaning behind it. And then he suddenly realizes, yes, every word of Buddha has got meaning behind it, and I am breaking the advice of Buddha, the enlightened person. I am wasting my time as a human being. And with this he gets so much inspiration, he starts working very seriously and soon reaches the stage of arahanthood. Segregation, so important, not one, not two. Hundreds of cases where we find that Mara, that means the forces of evil, keep on creating difficulties for the meditators. Even those who had reached the stage of arahanthood, the Mara tried to play mischief with them also. The female arahants were approached by males trying to attract them, trying to generate passion in their mind, of course, not successful. The male arhants being approached by females to generate passion in their mind. Well, look, this is a field where your biggest enemy is passion. All other defilements, one after the other, you will take out, perhaps with less difficulty, but this defilement of passion, it is so deeply rooted inside, and it is so difficult to take it out, root it out. So the evil forces will keep on playing games to create situation where you might slip down. And especially on this land, Dhamma land, no occasion should be given where anybody can be harmed. There are two aspects. One is an aspect, of course, where the Mara might play a game, the evil force might play a game, and the seed of passion in you, inadvertently, you are not talking with somebody with any passion. You have got no intention to talk with the other sex with any kind of passion in you. But when you start talking and be nearer, this proximity, because it is a hospital where operation is being done, and because the deep-rooted operation of your mind will help this deep sankharas of passion to come and overpower you. And you may make any mistake, which will be very harmful to you and also harmful to the other person. And another aspect of it, especially for the Western students to understand, that you are in a country, and as it is said and very well said, that be as Romans when you are in Rome. So when you are in this country, forget all that you are doing in your country, in your society, while you are here. Understand that you are in a society, living in a society where the attitude of people are totally different from what it is in the West. And unfortunately, in the name of meditation, so much garbage has been distributed to the West by the so-called gurus from here, and so much of dirt has been thrown in this country also, that an average Indian has got a lot of aversion towards meditation centers, towards meditation students, especially coming from the West, about meditation gurus. For them, all this is nothing but a game for free sex, a game for exploiting people to earn money, because this is what many of the teachers started doing. They won't understand that this is a land which has got so much purity of Dhamma. They always have this prejudice towards all type of meditation centers. And when they see a couple, a Western couple on this Dhamma land, sitting in a way, or lying down in a way, or walking around in a way which creates suspicion in their mind, you don't understand how much obstacle you are creating for the progress of Dhamma on this land. And not only that, as I say, people here are not accustomed to live in the way as you live. Quite possible that a couple, a male and female, are moving together, a Western couple. They have no passion in their mind, just putting the hand on the arm of the other, and yet no passion, because you are accustomed that way. But somebody in the East, when somebody sees like this, one will start generating passion. Because here nobody does that. Even the husband and wife will never do that in open, in public. So what's happening here? They will just generate passion. You have become a source, you have become a seat of Mara for the other students, Indian students, and started harming them. So this is one aspect of it where you have started harming others. And the other aspect is that quite possible that you may be harmed. Mara will play such a game that although it will all look very simple, look, there is no passion, it is just a very normal way of a male or female talking together, just as two males talking together or two females talking together. But when and how it will turn to generate passion in your mind and overpower you, you won't understand even, you won't know even, you will just get overpowered. The enlightened person knew it. When you are on a land like this, you have to learn how to live like a bhikkhu, like a bhikkhuni, like a monk, like a nun. When you are out of this land, well, in your own country there is no such rule of segregation. Of course, in the centers it is, but outside, nothing wrong. In the centers, living in the centers, one should be very careful. This segregation helps you to eradicate your own passion at the deepest level. Helps you so that you don't generate passion to overpower you. You have come to a Dhamma land to come out of all your bondages, and this is a very big bondage. One has to work hard to come out of this bondage. So however unpleasant it may look, well, what sort of rules? These rules are no good for us. We are not accustomed to these rules. But for your benefit, when you go to a hospital, you like or you dislike, the rules of the hospitals have to be obeyed. When you go to the operation theatre of the hospital, the rules of the operation theatre have to be obeyed, you like it or don't like it, because they are all made in your interest, for your good. Similarly, when you come to a hospital like this, a Dhamma hospital, all the rules have to be obeyed, and obey them willingly. Don't have negativity about it. It is for your good. Nobody is going to get any benefit by keeping the males and females segregated. What benefit will the managers get? What benefit will the teacher get by that? It's for your own benefit and for the benefit of all those people who are coming here. So segregation is very important so far as this path is concerned. Absolutely essential, unavoidable. Then a few words about savings. A Dhamma servant, while giving service, if he or she wastes the Dhamma money, even a cent of it, then it is not real Dhamma service. Again, Buddha's tradition. You understand that people who give dana, it is not easy to give dana. It is very hard to earn money. If really one has to earn money honestly, one has to work very hard to earn money. It is hard to earn money and then more hard to give money. Even if you earn money, it is not easy to give. I see and I smile. Look, a number of students who have been coming from last 5 years or 10 years, in spite of the cost of living has gone so many times high, in spite of the expenses here have gone so high, maintenance of the big center, the center has increased, the facilities have increased, yet they give the same amount of donation. That shows that their income has not increased. That is why they give the same amount. So we must have compassion for them. How hardly they earn their money. Or if they have earned more money and yet they are giving less, that means they have got so much attachment for their earning. It is difficult, it is very hard to earn money, and it is very hard to give money. Anyone who has given money, a dana, must be properly used. A Dhamma servant cannot afford to waste that. The same principle was there during the time of Buddha. The king of the country, he gives robes to 500 monks, new robes. He is a king, affluent, 500 robes is nothing to him. And yet, he has got attachment towards his accumulations, his money and all. So he questions the private secretary of Buddha, Ananda, Well, Ananda, I have given 500 robes. What you will do with them? How will you use them? He said, I'll keep it in store. Why in store? Because only when I find that a monk, his robes are torn and worn and now he needs something new, then only I will give. Not otherwise. Oh, is it so? Yes, this is how we use the donation of others. And then what you will do with this torn robe? From this torn robe, I will cut out some portions and make bed sheets, bed covers. Oh, good. And when these bed covers get torn out, what you will do? I will again cut out pieces from that and make towels out of it. Oh, good. These towels get torn out, then what you will do? I will cut out small pieces and make hand towels, small hand towels. Oh, they also get worn out, then what you will do? I will take out small pieces, join them and make some foot washing things. People come with muddy foot and then they clean their foot. Oh, wonderful. If that also gets worn out, then what you will do? I will beat it and pulp it, make a pulp out of it and make some utensils out of it. Ah, wonderful. This is Buddha's way. People who give donation, they expect that it is properly used. And when people come here and they find that, look, here nobody cares, things are lying here or lying there, being wasted, then certainly we are not doing good service to the donors. Every cent of the donor, one has to work very hard to earn it, and it becomes all the more difficult for somebody to pay, to give. If somebody has given, then it must be properly used. So the saving, these 3 points if you keep in mind, your service must be real Dhamma service which goes in your interest. And this segregation has to be observed, however unpleasant it may be to you, for your interest. And the saving also for your interest, because then you are making best use of whatever contribution people have given for the maximum advantage of the maximum people who come here. Work. Always when you work with the view that you are doing for your own interest, you will find that you have started working for the interest of others also. Then your service also becomes full of Dhamma and it helps others also so very much deeply. Dhamma is for one's own good and also for the good of others. Dhamma is for one's own benefit and also for the benefit of others. Dhamma is for one's own liberation and also for the liberation of others. Make best use of Dhamma, staying here. If you are doing good service, then improve it. Continue to do good service and improve it wherever there is a scope. And still, if you have not learned how to give good service, learn how to give good service. Gain merits, gain purity of mind, develop your parami, come out of all your miseries, all your miseries. Bhavat Sarva Mangalam Bhavat Sarva Mangalam Bhavat Sukhi ho, be happy, be happy.